March 22nd, 1622. A quiet Thursday morning in the fledgling English colony of Virginia. Settlers go about their day tending crops, repairing tools, preparing for worship. What they don't know is that hundreds of Powhatan warriors are quietly approaching. By sunset, nearly a third of the English population in Virginia will be dead, scalped, stabbed, bludgeoned, without mercy. This is the story of the Jamestown Massacre, an act of war that threatened to wipe out the first successful English settlement in the New World. Jamestown was founded in 1607 by the Virginia Company of London. The English settlers came, seeking gold, land, and profit, but what they found was disease, starvation, and hostility. At first, relations with the local Powhatan tribes were tense but manageable. The native confederacy, ruled by Chief Powhatan, had the power to crush the colony. But instead, they traded food and occasionally offered peace. Still, cultural clashes, land disputes, and years of broken promises wore away at any hope of coexistence. The English viewed the natives as heathens. The natives saw the colonists as invaders. When Chief Powhatan died in 1618, his younger brother, Powhatan, took control, and with him came a very different vision: total resistance. Unlike his brother, Powhatan had no intention of compromising. He spent years planning an uprising, and in a calculated move, he lured the settlers into a false sense of security. He allowed trade. He sent friendly emissaries. He even converted some of his people to Christianity. To the English, it seemed the savage had been tamed. But behind the scenes, he was organizing an army, coordinating across dozens of villages, planning a synchronized strike that would hit the colony like a thunderclap. The attack began at daybreak on March 22, 1622. In plantations and settlements scattered along the James River, Powhatan warriors, many disguised as friendly visitors, suddenly turned on their hosts. Men were speared mid-sentence, women and children were hacked to death, homes were set ablaze. In some places, the warning came just in time. One sympathetic native, Chanko, revealed the plot to his English employer hours before it began, saving Jamestown itself from total annihilation. But in the surrounding settlements, the destruction was catastrophic. 347 settlers were killed, nearly one-third of Virginia's English population. In the wake of the massacre, the Virginia colony was shaken, but not destroyed. What followed was a brutal war of attrition. The English retaliated with scorched earth tactics. The Powhatan Confederacy never fully recovered. By the time Powhatan launched a second attack in 1644, his power was broken. He was captured by the English and shot in the back by a guard, an ignoble end to one of colonial America's most feared leaders. The Jamestown Massacre redefined English policy in the New World. It hardened racial and cultural divisions. It justified expansion. And it ushered in a century of nearly constant warfare between settlers and native peoples. To the colonists, it became a story of survival and divine providence. To the Powhatans, it was a desperate strike for sovereignty, one that failed but left a bloody mark on history. Today, the Jamestown Massacre is rarely mentioned in schoolbooks, but its echoes can still be heard in the long, violent struggle for control of the American continent. History isn't always written by the victors. Sometimes it's buried with the dead. If you found this story compelling, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment below. Whose side do you think history should remember?